Studio B continues, and on Capitol Hill right now, they are talking about the attack that happened on September 11th of this year overseas that killed our ambassador. Listen.
Now, I don't know that this stuff about what's classified and not classified is getting confusing for me, because I sat in a members-only briefing, and Mr. Chairman, I asked you, and this was on September the 20th, with Secretary Clinton and some other personnel. Is that something we're allowed to talk about or not allowed to talk about?
If it was in a classified setting, the only thing that I would think would be appropriate is any inconsistencies you've seen in testimony today you could relate. Otherwise, the specifics, I couldn't judge it.
Okay. Well, it comes down to this. What caused this? And Ms. Lamb, I read through your testimony. It had to be horrible to sit there and watch it in real time, what was going on. And I read another account where this is kind of strange. That same night, this is about the ambassador. At 8:30 p.m., the ambassador said good night to a visiting Turkish diplomat outside the compound, and the streets were empty. But at 9:40 p.m., noises, gunfire, and an explosion were heard by the agents located in the TOC building or TOC in Building B. It is absolutely preposterous to me that we would watch Ambassador Rice go out and say what happened 5 days later, that I would sit in a briefing and it was, no, you have it all wrong. This is not a terrorist. This is a result of a 15-minute YouTube. Now, we are either in denial or, unfortunately, and I know some of the members are concerned because I got to tell you, it's very unfortunate that terrorists don't recognize that this is an election year. And they tend to just do what they want anytime they want to us. And when we have a weakened position around the world, and when we leave our embassies and our consuls and our people as unprotected as we do, and then we say, you know what, this is terrible because this is 27 days before an election. Why are we bringing it up now? And I ask the same question. Where the heck were we before 9/11, this 9/11? Why weren't we questioning it then? My goodness. 230 security incidents in Libya between June of 2011 and July of 2012. Of those attacks, 48 took place in Benghazi, 2 of which at the U.S. diplomatic compound and the scene of the September 11, 2012 terrorist attacks. And we are still saying, I think it's a result of the video that was on YouTube. And this is based on intelligence. Now, listen, I got to ask you, Ambassador Kennedy, because you say you couldn't possibly have had a different idea about it than Secretary Rice did when she went before the nation on September the 16th. I'm going to tell you, this thing smells. From every single, listen, I mean, it waddles like a duck and quacks like a duck. It's a duck. And for you to come in here and say, well, it was based on some of the things I knew, but I can't tell you all that I knew. We've got 4 Americans dead. And I got to tell you, it's very upsetting for me to go back home and look at those people in the eye, people who don't do what we do here with all the briefings and all the intelligence, just guys that go out and work every day and women that go out and work every day, and they can come home and they can figure it out. But we're still trying to figure it out and piece it together, and you watch it in real time. And the account wasn't there. The ambassador is that night saying goodbye to a Turkish friend outside the gates, and everything was quiet. But my goodness, those terrorists got a hold of that, or these Islamic extremists got a hold of that video, and between 8:30 and 9:40, they decided to just go crazy. And Africa's on fire. And Mr. Norris, thank you for pointing out, as Mr. Romney did, that hope is not a strategy. And I feel sorry for you and Lieutenant Colonel Wood to have to come here because it is you who are on the ground. You're not watching in some faraway room in real time. Your people are there in real time. We've watched our colleagues be killed.